Hey everybody, I think we're back. As you can see, I'm not sure where we cut off here, but Tim ended up with a nice bar point holding game against Marc's 3-point anchor, and that's just been developing. And now Tim's hanging on to onto a winning position, basically holding the cube. Of course, he hasn't won yet. Great contact from Marc with that 3-point and lots of timing for it. Um, we have looks like it's gotten like a pretty stiff position now. And I think the only play is just going to be to play to the ace. You can make your opponent come out first, but yeah, you can't link blots or anything. The double falcon, I guess it could be ones and twos cover, ones and twos hit, sevens out in the outfield, and you have the 5-point board. You're still pure, and your opponent only has a 3-point board. So I think, yeah, as soon as I looked at the other play, what it would be, this seems quite reasonable. But in addition to ones and twos, it's 4-3, 6-4, 6-5. That is 26 numbers. That's 3/4 of them. It's quite a bit. But I guess the fly shots leave returns and things like that. I don't know. Maybe that was the time. I think I might have tried that play. And yeah, it looks like it was an error. I can't see it on the analysis. But man, these are difficult, very difficult games. 3-2. So now that he's committed to that strategy, I think he has to keep crashing. Marc's got a better board. And this is kind of, oh my gosh, look at this. He's supposed to still just come off with a double falcon here before killing more checkers. If he didn't do it last time, it feels hard to find here. It's not even clear which one, right? Like why 16, 15 instead of 13? I guess, we duplicate the covering 3. That's a nice feature. And we don't leave as many fly shots. Oh, he sees it now. Okay. He's going to avoid the second error. Very good. And 3-6, Marc's got to try it. He's going to hit. And what is the 6? Yeah, if he comes down there, he has an extra cover. He doesn't want to put a All right, I think we're back here. No, I don't see my sound on the screen there. Oh, okay. You guys hear me in the chat? Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, cool. Okay, we got you. I'm used to, for some reason, seeing little volume knobs on there. Sorry about that. Man, it's a bummer that I missed that last game too. It looks like Tim finished it out after his good double Falcon play off the bar point anchor. Don't know if there is, I think there's some back and forth there. I wonder what happened after I left after the 3-6 trying to figure out our internet issues. But cool, Marc finds a good blitzing play here with 5 checkers back. That's a hard one to find. Okay. It's probably just a tactical tempo thing in most cases. Looks like, did Marc miss some cubes on the way back? No, of course he wouldn't have. Not in that game. Huh, I'm not sure what that's about. I don't remember that point in the game. But okay, we've got the 5-2. Try to keep checkers on the roof with the 3-point board. That seems very reasonable. Of course, you want the bar point anchor. And these are tricky though. Yeah, it is very tempting to bring a checker down to continue on the blitz if that might be your game plan. Yeah, okay. I like this play. Oh, so somehow Marc missed a cube or two? Oh, before he got taken, I guess. Okay. I don't know. Not sure I remember that. Short memory. Okay, he gets hit twice, comes in with 2, and now we're up to 7 back. Excellent. This still should be, even though his blitz is kind of falling apart, it's probably going to be a difficult game for, what was I thinking? Yeah, now that Tim's anchored, should be in fair control of this, but it's hard to cube from his side, is what I was getting at. It also looks like with 5-7 checkers back, like Marc might be thinking back game, but he really needs to abandon that as an idea. I mean, of course, he's going to hold some anchors, but you can't pull that off when you have the ace point made already. And that lift to the ace is interesting. I still, even though I just said that about back games, I feel like the 24 to 23 shift is pretty valuable, and I would have wanted to do that. Yeah, the bar point's probably even better. Well, actually, yeah, again, you need to start getting checkers around, so maybe 18 to 13 makes some sense there. But it looks like he's finding the right plays here. And these are all, well, very difficult plays. And Tim's just converted into a very simple holding game. He's happy to do that. 20 pips is going to change the pip count. I'm sure that neither of them have any idea what the pip count is right now. So he's not sure what kind of race he's in, but I guess he can visually see that it's 5 checkers back to 4, and it's probably pretty close with his kind of deep position. So this should play like a relatively simple mutual holding game where they just need to get their back checkers moving now. Marc's going to have to give up one of his extra anchors very soon. Tim just wants those checkers off the 21 point activated. But again, no cube anytime soon in a game like this, most likely. Yes, the writer of Cube Like a Boss still occasionally misses cubes because this is a difficult game. I'm looking for ways to come off, and yeah, this looks like kind of a natural way to. I was thinking this was my first thought, but actually I think stacking the bar is probably better now that I look at it, but I don't know. Again, it doesn't look like error on the analysis, so it must not be. My only problem with it was that I felt like I wanted to give one of those up, but I guess you probably don't have 6s from either of them if you play that way. Man, these are really tough. But Tim's in a fine position to be attacking now that his opponent doesn't have an anchor and he's got 10 in the zone. So kind of the problem with it. Looks like a good play for him. 4s, what is this going to do? Yikes. It's not anything he wants it to do. I guess maybe the least blots is to break the mid. Oh no, he could just, yeah, I like this. He could just play 18 to 6 as an option. So yeah, I think you should find maybe a one bot play there is what I'm looking for. But again, it looks like he keeps finding good instincts here. And plays pretty pure. I guess he's got a blot behind him that still needs to be covered. Very interesting play. And he maintains that 16-point anchor of sorts. 3-5. Yeah. I guess he needs to cover, but he sure would have liked to use that to play 21 to 13. 6-1. Yeah, pretty natural to reach for that checker and go ahead and make a point. There's going to be a lot of chances to hit the blot on the 18. That's one of them. And I think we just lift to the 5 for diversification. Yep. And he leaps out to the bar again. Okay. And this looks like a miss. 4 is fine. Yeah, why not out with the 3? I like it. Marc's not trying to break the 8 or 9 to hit ideally. So let's try to move our position a little bit. There's no other 3s you like for sure. What does pip count mean? We're asked. If you imagined that each space on the way home to bearing the checkers off from where they are now, counted as one, that counts as 1 pip. That's what we're talking about. So you can see 136 pips means 136 spaces to move until you're all the way home. Benjamin says no sound is fine. That's rude. Just kidding. Oh, he does. See, look at this. I like the 3 out for exactly this reason. XG doesn't even want to hit here. That makes sense. It's just too destructive. These return shots. It's not really the game plan, but he gets tricked by it. And there's going to be a lot of returns on this shot. 2-6 is one of them. I think Tim has to go for this. Of course, there's plenty of returns and 4 blots of his own to deal with, but what other 6 do you like? Oh, wow. Coming out 17 is close because of that, but I don't know. I want to try to win. I'm going to go for it. And even race why hit was a question. That's kind of a reason to hit is that you want to have a lead in the race, right? And so you're going to take some of that. It's a good opportunity to try that. Entering 4 and lift the ace is a great shot for Marc. He's going to be potentially very much in control of this. And Tim can, there we go, with a 2, can convert this into a potential back game with pretty good structure and timing. The question is, where is this 5? He obviously doesn't have any timing for it, so it's probably not actually going to work out. So maybe he just needs to come off the back and come right out to the bar, duplicate some 2s, not a lot of pressure on there, but it's just so much. Yeah, 13 to 8 makes a lot of sense too. I hate giving up the outfield presence. So now if he gets hit, at least he has 2 anchors. He's not too worried. But look at this. At this score, Marc is right to think about the cube a little bit. It's early for money. But the time to think about the cube against 2 anchors is when there's some problem with their structure, such as the lack of timing here or the impurity of his board structure, and he's got both those things. So Marc probably actually was not, it looks natural to hit 2, but I don't think this is what he was hoping for, because this is just going to potentially time his double anchor game. I think he still feels like he's going to need to go for it. Maybe you don't need to hit both. But yeah, this is like the only way that Tim can actually play a back game is if both of these get hit. Maybe you need to know how close the race is right now and that he still doesn't have timing after you hit both to find this play. But yeah, this is back game thinking here, and it makes a lot of sense. You're nervous about timing your opponent's 2-4 game. They could actually get into something competitive by doing this. But he does find just the hit. Great play. Oh, I see. No, the sound is fine. We got it. I was messing around anyway. Okay, enters with 1. And the 6 comes around, breaks the ace to try to make a priming point. Yeah, that's what you want to do in back games. That makes sense. Oh, he missed an opportunity to block the deuce point. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Now 5-2, is that going to make anything? Well, I'm not sure it does. Can advance the 16. It's not so bad. But yeah, we can afford to play a little bit more loose than that. So Marc goes for it. And another fan. And sure, didn't used to have timing, but now we've got a reasonable game. Looks, well, I guess you really just want to clear this point. I don't know if you want to prime or not. This is confusing because now that he really does have the timing for the back game, this is going to be difficult to fix later. So 4-6, yeah, we're going to come out with only 6. This is forced. And this is interesting. I mean, Tim's still got a little bit of work to do. The reason Marc made that point, because he has work to do to get the extra 2 checkers back moving. And so sending it back behind the prime is a good way to potentially mess up Tim's timing, make it so that he doesn't have it. Yeah, it seems like a reasonable play. Aces, I think Tim's okay with that. 5s, okay. This is gonna ensure that Tim has a timed back game. And that's the thing, it wasn't like, so I keep saying back game, but it wasn't like when Tim took, he was committed to a back game. That could still go forward very easily. A lot of things that could play with it. So it's a reasonable double, but it's the additional potential is kind of why you can take, even though it's not timed as a back game yet at all. Yeah, 10 point conceptually wrong. That makes sense to me too. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, the made 1 point is it's difficult to defend your against the back game when you've got that piece of structure already. Okay, Marc 2-1. You want to just come in and start bearing off, but misses the chance to do so. I don't know why we need to do this. I'd probably just come closer and be happy to leave a shot. If your opponent wants to go for it already, let them, but maybe there's a distribution reason to do that. I'm very scared to put checkers behind an anchor myself. Yeah, out with either seems fine. Not sure why it's so preferable to come out from the front. 4-6, does Marc want to hit or not? He's going to the ace either way for sure. Yeah, okay. Not really sure. I guess it just helps him get his position around. This is kind of a situation now where, yeah, see now Tim's really happy he came out the back. That's a weird idea to come off the front instead. But yeah, he's kind of, this is a concept of over timing, right? It's Tim has plenty of time now to play a back game. So hitting doesn't really improve that. It just keeps him, delays his creating a front position a little bit potentially, so that maybe it's not as scary when the time to leave a shot comes. Now 5-2. Oh, he's having a tough time whether we construct our border advance. Is that the idea? I must miss something there. 4-1. Yeah, we got to get one moving for sure. Like our board is fine. We're not running off the gammon anymore. Not worried about gammon saving pips. We need to get a shot. Here's shot number 1. And we miss our first chance. We're just going to run from the 19, I think. Doesn't feel like a lot to think about, but he might be thinking about whether or not there's actually value in keeping those 2 21-point checkers in his board. Might risk more backgammons eventually. So I guess fine to make sure on this play, but and look at this, game 2, and they're down to 3 minutes and under 6 minutes on their clocks. That's how you know we ran into a complicated game. 4-2. And Marc's just been getting run over with these. He was tired at the beginning of the game. This is where the endurance for this stuff kicks in. Can you keep thinking sharp after you get challenged like this for 4.5 hours in a day, Well, I guess, sorry, this is actually, we're working on, yeah, he's had 4.5 hours of matches before this. This is match 4 of the day. One more to come after this too. I think he's going to be on stream again, if I remember the schedule right. And he breaks okay. I mean, it's just a small thing, I mean, he's hoping that he rolls aces or something awkward that can't get past. So you should keep it. Actually, 3-1 is a big one, right? Double threes is frozen too. So you should stay there. I still don't think it benefits to be doing this, but he's very worried about a backgammon, I guess. And now Marc gets to do a pick and pass kind of thing here and maybe force him to come in high and not get a shot at all. So he's missing a couple opportunities here to stay for a little more contact. And yeah, comes on out, saves the backgammon. And I think it's about impossible to save the G here. Yeah, I agree with you, Mochi. I'm not sure why he would do that. I think he's probably thinking about saving the backgammon and thinking that maybe he didn't find those numbers, Might not be going through the numbers at all. Okay, resigns the gammon, not recubing. Oh yeah, we're whoever we can get our sponsorship from. So we're trying Pepsi out too, see if we can get some attention from them. Yeah, at a leading score, we're just going to run with the 6-4. That's correct. 6-3 probably seeks contact, split past it. I remember these. When you can with the 6 responses, you like to split past. 4-3 is a hit. Oh, it looks like a Bud Light, huh? I kind of doubt it, but that would be cool. Because they don't put anything past the Danes, really. And look at this plot heavy position that Marc's got himself into here at a leading score when he just wants something simple to happen. This is going to solve a lot of problems. Yeah, I think the first 3 are automatic, and then whereas last one, sure. Don't think it makes too much difference. I like this though. I mean, it's easier to escape from the 24, I think, or you get good 6s from there, less attackable. Not blocked by 2 points. Step in 24 to 23 is rarely right unless you have a really strong reason to do so. He does it. I don't think those tend to be big. Not sure what the reason would be here. Could be less shots. And he avoided being hit, so I guess had that merit for sure. Man, people are critical when the PR jumps up for a moment. It's entertaining. If he can play a 5.79 with a few Bud Lights in him, I think he's doing pretty solid. Yeah, but it's cool to see this though, like, I mean, people get to that kind of spot. Oh, this cube. I'm not even thinking about it because of the score. Tim just insta passes, makes plenty of sense. And oh wow, he finds actually a pretty good cube, even though it's too good there. I consider that so close to the window that it's worth sending. Maybe your opponent finds a reason to take. Those are very difficult though, in my opinion. I find it much safer at 308, 508 to just never send it. And now Tim is going to have to be very aggressive with the cube. gets in any sort of leading position, right instinct to reach for that back checker. I guess you just run. Only Americans drink light beer, huh? Is that true? I had no idea. I mean, I don't either way, but I do understand that Americans do. Yeah, 13 to 11 is very natural. I'm not sure what else we're looking for here. Good play. And with all this structure, man, I guess you got to be, you also have one. Oh, he's thinking about cleaning up the blot, of course. Interesting. Yeah. Now I'm confused as well, and I'm surprised. Maybe that you can just leave it there, but okay. Marc makes enough structure to keep playing this game for sure. I think we're just coming around the bend. 15 to 10. He wants to step up, I guess, but I don't see why you want to leave the shot now with Marc's strong structure. Doesn't have to happen now. Okay, he decides that's definitely going to be his 3, and then do I want to keep? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wow, they're super close. I mean, that's a good find if you can afford to do it. 3-2, perfecta for Marc. Tim really needs to anchor on the 3 there. Okay, great shot. Get to clean up 10 to 6 as well. Still great position for Marc. It's going to take quite a bit. No, it's not. He can still cube this kind of normal sometimes if he can escape and convert this into just a 5 prime against a 22-point anchor. One of the rare cases that you can comfortably eventually send a cube at a 2-way score. One, 3, not much to think about. Four, 2. I mean, yeah, I guess you do this for lack of any other option, but you'd almost rather just, oh, look at that. 8 to 4 is even better for that reason. So it's the 11 is a better point, better for containing those 2 checkers and helping you make the 5 point eventually. All these things, the 9 is a point that you want to get rid of because it's not part of your prime with the 3 anyway. Just not as efficient for building. Aces, he steps up, maybe because he's out of time here kind of thing. Feels like you'd want to stay back in the 24 there. I'm not sure. It's confusing to me. 4 is okay. Rewarded for previous play. Yeah, that's just going to go to the 3. And yeah, simple. Bring 2 checkers in. We got this interesting little prime versus prime here. They've got actually pretty competitive timing with each other, huh? Very neat. I don't think Tim would need something pretty bad to happen to Marc here. Pretty awkward crash to be able to get a cube in here, but he's doing okay. Got a lot of game. Oh, hearing we got results from day 1. I hope someone brings those to me after this match and we can go through it a little bit too. That'd be cool. I think Mochi was working hard on those. I guess if he's in here commenting, he must be done, huh? Or just needed a break. Yeah, nothing fancy here. We're just going to break the point. Looking for a better option. Realizes there isn't one. Marc's got a pretty strong lead in this game. Haven't already cracked Tim a little bit, but I'm not sure that means it's time to leap the prime. He can still be attacked and give him time to jump with 6s. I think he's got time to play to the 5, yeah, to the 6 and the deuce. Be inclined, I think you have to let Tim roll a little bit worse roll. What if he rolls one more 4, you know, coming out makes that into a good roll. Yeah, I like this play. Oh, nice. Where are you checking out the results, Ian? Ooh, 5-4. And as we talked about, now he gets one of his worst. Really unfortunate here. And yeah, this is not going to be one of those places where you can cash where the wins are so high that for sure, we can still take. And it's going to be hard to get to that sort of position. If he hits and any sort of market loss is probably going to end up being too good instead. I mean, this is pretty wrecked for Tim. I think Marc's going to end up playing this out and hoping to win a lucky gammon. Three six is a great shot. That's a lot of liberty. And yeah, look at these cube decisions. That's actually a place where you could think about caching. I was kind of thinking about that, but I think, again, over the board, I'm probably just never doing it. But now it's hard to win a gammon unless you hit. You can still lose, can develop a reasonable. But the position as it stands, not a lot of wins in it for Tim. 4-1, yeah, sure. Let's make a point. I like it. And with the race, I mean, look at this. All the gammons are gone, and it's still with the 5 prime just too hard to win here, especially, not good structure too. Marc knows something's up, but he doesn't have a lot of clock time to deal with this either. This is a tough moment. Oh, sweet. I got to bring up Backgammon News then, huh? He finds it. This is great. And I think probably an easy pass for Tim. We'll see what he finds here. Might seem like trailing, you just have to try something, but really the take point's pretty similar to money at this 2-away, 5-away score if there's no gammons in play, really. And there's not a lot of turnaround, right? So even though he's going to whip it back at 4, he only gets to Crawford. So he only gains up to 66% match winning chances, or 68, whatever you want to call it. So the reward just isn't there, but he's got to figure out how often he wins this first to know that. The secrets to that one are going to be the 5 prime in front of him, and the already crashed in pure structure in his board. So if he were to hit a shot, not so good, it's going to crash more. I mean, really, it looks like he's going to need to roll a set of 6s to win this a lot of the time. Oh, I didn't notice that little ad on the top. The current board is owner board. Cool. Yeah, it's a good find, Mochi. I agree. And yeah, that's an interesting insight about the time situation. And he takes it. Kind of, I mean, it's yes, it's Nick Blazer here, but common mistake to make, to like just think at this trailing score that you've got to whip it, that maybe you do have the chances. And really, if you saw the winning chances, maybe you wouldn't feel certain anyway. It's tricky. Hard to fault them too much for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a very nice consolidating roll for Marc, but he already has some of those bad clearing numbers. Needs to dodge some 4s. And interesting, even with that take, he's still safe on PR. It looks like at this analysis level. We'll see. So Tim Cross might edge out on PR in this one. Ew, this is just going to keep stacking up the deuce, I guess, huh? What else can you do? Yeah, maybe you clear the 4, I guess, because that's so ugly. That's a fun find. I'm not sure. He's also under time pressure. Obviously, doesn't want to flag in the match here. Likely to be the last game, so maybe you should slow down a little bit. But this was an interesting play. I think 6 to 5 might have been important to avoid bad 3s, but maybe not. I don't know. And yeah, I mean, it's complicated match situations, Ian. I don't know, those are easy to get wrong, I think. A lot of times, I mean, even I was talking to Ryan a lot about cube decisions in Zdenek's recube, where he's like losing but trailing 1-0, sending an 8 cube. Like, I mean, it's really, if you play this game off of pattern recognition, then in that spot, you're just guessing. Not everyone does the math. So easy to make mistakes and try to come up with a logical conclusion and be misled. It's such a specific like piece of the game that you can be very good at backgammon and achieve very low PRs if you just like know how to play the checkers always, right? And those cube decisions don't come up that often, but they are big when they happen. Yeah, it's me here, dude. I'll answer it again. Oh, the take and recube. Yeah. Very good point. That was Chris's point too. I'm rarely thinking about what sort of time shenanigans I can pull on people over the board, but I'm glad you guys are. But despite his like error, I think it kind of cemented the PR win for the match, which is good in its own way. Oh, of course, I'm acting like this can't be won here with 5 sets. Not one of them. All right, good match, guys. Well, cool. I'm going to go see if I can pull up those results on Facebook and talk about them a little bit. Like I said, the rumor I had heard was that Dirk was on top for sure of the PR rankings. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Leaderboard from day one. Excellent. Found this over on the Backgammon News Facebook page. And I can see, actually, I can probably talk to Wilson about this now. Let me see if we can get him to pull it up on the stream too. Yeah, cool. We're going to get Wilson to pull that up and talk about it. He thinks I have a good idea. Very cool. I can see already, this will be up in a moment. Well, they're not sorted exactly for some. Oh, maybe because Marc only played 4 matches. I don't know. Oh, we have it by points. I see. Okay. So yeah, Dirk's on top with 7 match points so far, with 3 match wins and 4 PR wins out of his 5 matches played. So 10 possible points. And he's also leading the pack with the best overall PR of 2.7. That's pretty strong. He's always going to be a tough guy to beat in these kinds of tournaments. Real close behind him, we've got Marc there with 5 match points in his 4 matches played and second best overall PR. I think you can see it on the screen now as I talk through this. Kazuki, Yokota is a person that you expect to be near the top 2. Ali, I got to room with him the first night and kind of see him play and talk with him a lot. And very strong player from Turkey. Not someone that I knew before, but it turns out he's in the top 20 of Galaxy ratings too. Zdenek looking very strong up there too. Not, half his match points, but that 3.25 PR over is tough. Okay, sounds good. I'm hearing the tables on now. Hopefully you guys can catch up with me on that too. I've been talking about it, looking at it on my phone too. But yeah, wow, this is a lot of players underneath 4 here too. Very good averages across the board. So we go down there too. Yeah, I mean, these are solid performances all over the place. Kind of anyone's game too. I mean, the point race is so tight. Just 7 on top, 3 on bottom, and a ton of 5s there. I think it tends to go that way. It's really hard to win both match points. So most of the matches we've seen, one person wins 1 point and one wins the match point, one wins the PR point. Seems to happen a lot. Very interesting. But yeah, of course, this is going to be very competitive. People are going to have to keep performing over the next 2 days to get there. lots of swings in just 5 matches too. So we could see these PRs change quite a bit, and people are performing great. It's really cool stuff. I saw the poll for who's gonna win. I voted for Costin. I think for sure he's taking this down. Oh, someone's asking if the contenders are selected for this tourney. No, an open invitation to come out and play was extended. I think to anyone underneath, that expects to average under 7 PR was the line they set. I think in the first one they set it a little bit lower. But yeah, I mean, the idea is come out, and if you think you can win the PR battle enough to get through this, then let's see it. Someone says maybe Marc will be less dramatic in his criticism. I think it's just, people get frustrated with like how they would feel making the decisions over the board. I think he's going to be exactly the same. I'm sure when he's looking at it on the computer, he's going to be making the same noises if I walk out there that he would on commentary. Yeah, 8 below 4 is very solid. It's difficult to play under 4, man. I know Ryan was hoping to play, I think, underneath 3 overall, and kind of, I think he had one of his like worst matches in a long time yesterday. So he's looking to clean that up too. Had a bye though, so he has 10 more matches to clean that up. Plenty of time, and we're still aiming to final match of tomorrow is going to be him and Zdenek. So yeah, both of them kind of looking to redeem themselves in some ways, and top 2 on Galaxy. So it'll be a great time to see them, duke it out. There is an entry fee to be part of the tournament. I think you win a small prize for winning the tournament, and of course, you also win the privilege to play Mochi. So I mean, it's mostly a recognition tournament. I don't think it's as high of an entry fee as most tournaments or anything like that. But I mean, of course, too, just a ton of work goes into this. So got to make sure the people organizing it can turn something over on this. And next match should be at 6 o'clock, which was 22 minutes ago. So we've been running behind schedule a little bit. I think that was the plan. So we'll probably get that going as soon as possible. And I think it's Marc Olsen again. So probably a short break for him. And then I'll play against that. Let me go look at my screenshot of this for myself. Now this is on the Facebook page too, but yes, I have it listed as Marc Olsen and Simon Burjette. We see that in leaderboard. He's playing really solid too. I think Simon was talking to me saying he was going to be excited if he could play under a 4 for a tournament. So I think after day 1, averaging a 3.43 is going to be a very exciting result for him. We'll see if we can hang on to that through the days too. Excited to see him on the stream coming up soon. Yeah, I think I want to say less than 500. I don't think it was that much. I could be wrong though. Maybe like 200 or 300 or something like that. But I don't think it was like the most expensive tournament or anything like that. But okay, cool. I'll come back and answer a bunch more questions, but I'm going to, for now, go figure out when we can get this next match going. I just want to take some time to look over the results and the leaderboards and drool over some amazing PRs that, wish I could see in a tournament like this, but it's good work by them. Okay, be back soon, guys, for our last match of the day. My audio may or may not be back. We still got the stream resuming screen, but the players are seated at the table, and I know we're going to get going soon, very soon. As I mentioned, Simon has a really strong PR from day one going in. We'll see if he can hold it for day two. Marc has had some exhausting matches. He thinks he's holding it together too. One of the top PR players from day one. So yeah, we're getting late into it. We're starting to test if you can keep your best backgammon game going on your 10th match, and then tomorrow will be through your 15th match. It gets tough. It'll be really interesting to see Ryan and Zdenek play at the end of a long weekend too, see how they look kind of getting deep into a tournament. But yeah, this should be a really exciting match too. Looking forward to it. Full stronger XG results. So we shared that at the end of the stream last time. Backgammon News has a post on it. But yes, we do have the results up on Facebook from day one now with the initial or official analysis. So you can go check those out. I'll see if I can find a Facebook link to paste to the chat here. Can I? Oh, I can like save it to Messenger. How do I share this? Post, copy link. There we go. Here, it's coming in the YouTube chat. Check this out. I think this will get you there. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know how to do links. But yeah, we're doing this. That's the results. If you're looking for the full match files, it's always tricky to know how to share those out, but I'm sure they'll be available somehow. I mean, they're being mailed available to the players as we get them too. Players help out with the transcription occasionally a little bit too, if they feel like it. Oh yeah. What everyone seems to be overlooking is that the spaceman probably has thrusters in his hands and legs, and they're activated bending motion. So I know it looks like swimming because it's appealing, but I mean, it's really like, think of it as a jetpack, All right, we got the players at the table chatting with each other. Marc's got his coffee and his water, and he is Pepsi Cola or his option of Coca-Cola Classic up top there too, if he prefers that. We need to reblend it. It's actually some sort of electrolyte water that he's got on there. I have never seen it before. I think it's almost like soda with electrolytes. Simon looks 36 years old. That's a very specific age, Hussein. I think he looks much younger than he actually is to me. So maybe that's what you meant there too, yeah. Oh, and we're back to the Earth board too, yeah. It's a fun color scheme. Oh, and we're off here. Okay, sorry. I'm already not paying attention. Looks like a failed 5s blitz. 3 checkers back for white with it. Okay, great. We're going to have a real simple game to play again. At least Marc seems to have the easier side of it here now. Not dealing with the failed blitz side, but Simon's going to have a tough game to figure this out. Okay, this fixes a lot of problems. Being able to make that high anchor, and he's got a pretty clear natural game now. And okay, we've got this 4-1 for Marc to figure out. If he cleans up the 17 point, then he doesn't have anything to do with the ace. So 13 to 8 looks like a natural choice. 16 and 4, I'm not sure I see the logic of throwing a checker behind. I guess it does attack the ace, but I'm never thinking that way. So probably find this 13 to 8 move as well. 5-4 is going to hit, of course, and it seems like the blitz is back on. We're going to hit twice, I think, with 10 in the zone. Why wouldn't we? I know we have 3 checkers back, but I think it's still very possible here. Your alternative of just stepping up and trying to win a race, I don't know. It just looks weak. I'm hitting for sure. he is 10 years older than he actually is. That's a cool trick. I'm going to ignore the looks correction and just, oh, it looks like, oh, Marc fanned on this roll too. Okay. Yes, this does look like quite the cube that Simon's going to have to find here. Lots of gammons with the third checker back. Marc's going to have to think hard about this. 10 in the zone usually makes this a pass, 2 on the bar as well. So he's got both those going, but he's going to have something to think about with that third checker back, of course. But I mean, yeah, finds the pass. Very reasonable. 3-point board, 3.5 point. The 4th point is slotted. I think you got to let that go. Too many gammons. Yeah, scroll up in the chat here. I posted the day one links, the Facebook link up there. I hope it's not. Okay. And after the hit, you split, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why we would play down here. He does play down. Oh, they're much closer than I would have thought, but I don't see why we want to unstack the mid, things like that. You know, I guess you get more returns. It's just a nice opportunity to split. Okay, so he gets hit from the bar, 4, and then the 1's going to hit again. Sure. Both of them came out of the first game pretty clean. And great. Let's see how complicated we can make the game again to think through here. Backgammon's a blast. I think it's, oh yeah, you can. First instinct was that you have to hit the checker on the bar, but you can make the anchor and also hit in the board. This looks pretty strong. A little bit better. 4-6. Okay, it's going to hit. And Marc has plenty of checkers back to sit in this game for a long time. Proved to something better than a 4-1 back game if that's where he gets pushed. That's not the best one. Maybe you enter on the 4 and hit with the 3. That's kind of interesting. But no, why do you want to add a blot to the position? Let's just hit the checker on the bar, I think. Yeah, I like this. Plus, it might help you make the 22, improve your setup. May have been a small error on whatever analysis. Okay. Simon does not know how to miss. He's going to make Marc think twice about hitting. Okay, 3 enters and makes a great point. We're definitely hitting 1. And yeah, do you want to make the 5 or hit a second one? There's not a clear final 3 if you do hit the second one. So it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I kind of like this. I think this is the play that I would end up finding too. Looks like 4-play has a preference for hitting twice and stepping up to get moving around. I guess it's pretty important to work on improving this checkers back situation. So sending a second back is a big deal. The stream happens to be, yeah, I mean, like slightly delayed, but not by a lot. I guess they have earbuds in sometimes, but I'm not too worried about them listening to it. Not to mention that I'm giving my advice about what I think, and they're better players than I am. So good luck if you want to try to listen to my advice here. You know, everyone might be wrong. You know, it's hard enough to make your decisions if you got someone in your ear too. So yeah, this is actually maybe blocking the ace point with this shifting that's not on the radar. Okay, I want to think about that. Just cleaning up a blot seems fine too to come home. All your checkers are very active. I guess you don't freeze things as much either now. So, okay. Marc's going to happily hit. He's got a strong board, so he's still got forward potential. Doesn't have to commit to his back game yet, but he's of course going to keep at least 2 anchors for as long as he can. Yeah, again, 6 in the zone, you almost prefer to be split and you're not too worried about being attacked, but it's a fine anchor given that structure. Kind of a confusing decision. Looks like smallest mistake on that. Had the right instinct for it. What are we doing here? This looks like the most natural play is just to get out to the midpoint. Start coming around the board a little bit. Yeah, I like that play. Yeah, my second play would be this 16 and 10 play that we see in second place, but I don't see a reason for it really. 4-1 is just going to improve our distribution down to the 8, 13 to 8. It's funny, you know, like these many checkers back games can be very complicated, but sometimes the decisions are actually pretty natural. You just need to progress the position around kind of let it improve the way it wants to without trying to make too much happen all at once. 2-1 is going to be a great roll to improve the position, so let's go ahead and do that. 3-1 isn't going to do much. This is actually a decision point. If you do this 3, I don't know if you want to be so stiff with the ace. So it's a reasonable time to think about something bolder. You really don't want to be hit, but I think it's still that time. I would probably come off the midpoint there. This is fairly permanent what he's done here. So, all right, 3-2. Maybe you could think about moving from the back. But this is fine too. Why not consolidate some blots? You are worried about somehow getting stuck back there, but this is a great running roll. Very good for Simon, working on consolidating his race. 4-2 for Marc. What does this do? See, it's a roll like, kind of wish you had that checker on the 21 point to play with now. 24-18, just give up on your ace 4 because it's not a real back game. That's intriguing. The double slot and go for the, yeah, this is a very reasonable back game kind of play. Your timing's mediocre right now. It's going to improve it if that happens. And he's going to look at this play on just giving up on the back game. It feels very early for this to me, and I would not be really reaching back to the 24, but great find. Double 5s, it can't get the safety from the back, so I think we're just going to make the 3 point. That's 3 of them, and then I guess the last one just has to come down if we do that. I guess it could come out, but I don't see why. Just kind of helps your opponent bring some ammunition into the zone to attack you with. It's probably a better running roll later. It improves your distribution. I'm just playing down 13-8, but it is a decision. Correctly plays the first 3 and allows himself a choice. I like that. Sometimes the order is important. 2 is okay. We can, I'm not sure why we need to go all the way. We definitely want to go to the 9 and get this involved in the prime. I don't see the switch. Wow, I can't believe how high up that is, but it just, you have too many checkers back. You really need the 5 to complete this game somehow. Like, why do you, it's going to be really hard to remake here too. I don't want to do this. Yeah, he's going to rewind it. I like the 9 functions as a blocking point. So does the 7. I'm not sure what he's worried about happening where he needs like a tempo or something here. I guess the 11 does play nicely with the open 5. That might be a factor that he has there. Makes it somewhat easier to remake, but I want to hang on to my purity. 4 and 5 out. Yeah, seems very strong. Not a lot of other options, but you need to get your back checkers working. 6-4, we can make the bar. We can, run's not a thing. Of course we can hit, but it's going to be really tough to clean up those blots, so I'm not sure. So I was looking for play B, but yeah, we give up outfield presence and leave a double shot if we make the bar, so I don't think that can be it. So maybe we do have to hit. And down seems big. Oof, this is a tough play. I'm really not sure what to do with this. Guess we could just hit on the ace from the 11. That's actually kind of intriguing. We don't destroy any points. We don't have any outfield problems when we do that. That play is growing on me. It seems so kind of useless, but it might, get that checker out of our hair and we keep our points. Interested to see the analysis on this one. Yeah, and he finds a hitting play. That makes some sense to me. Wonder, yeah, okay, and just continue. Yeah, okay, and so 11-1 is just, yeah, you don't want to do this, but that's how it goes. For 2, what can we do with this? This is really just a do nothing roll. And on the 4, I guess we just have to break the 11. It's a bummer. Not very structurally good. Now I guess Simon has to start thinking about cubes. This is getting really ugly for Marc here. 5 checkers back, 2 more blots. If he gets hit with 4-4, 4-6, 6-2, not that many numbers, but they're pretty devastating. He could potentially just get pointed out on the ace too. Maybe making the bar is a pretty big problem. Not if he gives up outfield control. It's hard to see. Such a huge racing lead and so many checkers back, even though we're trailing in the match. Yeah, I like this cube. I think feels like Marc has some play here, but I don't know. It could be very gammonish, I guess I wasn't certain of the double, so maybe you have to take it for that reason. Yeah, look at that. Gammon's all the way up to close to 40%. 5-1 is not much. He's gonna safety the blot and get a few more exit numbers. Good cube action by both. I guess we just have to make the 8 now here. It's a blocking point. It's going to be a tricky game for Marc to bring home with so many back. 5s is a great shot. That's just going to clean up both your blots very naturally. And 5-2, yeah. Marc's got to reach for those back checkers and get them out of the outfield very quickly here. 6-4 is going to make a point behind and put a pressure on that blot on the ace point. 5-3. Now we've got a decision point whether or not we want to step up and avoid being attacked and gammoned. But it's and we're going to get gammoned a lot anyway. I don't know. I don't know if we can give up on those wins. Trailing probably is a good reason not to as well. So I think 5 out for sure. Then we have a decision with the 3, and yeah, XG does not like coming off the 24 quite yet. So let's just slot a point. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, 8-5. Okay. What we got going on now? Is he trying to make some sort of count of how many gammons he's going to lose, maybe? And yeah, he decides to make that safe play. I understand it. It's always, those are some big, difficult decision points. Is is my goalkeeper going to help me win, or is it going to get me gammoned? So it's not always clear. 3-2. Oh, that's a perfect roll. Could have been difficult to clear that 8 point, but lands nicely. 6-5, sure. Let's bring a checker in. This looks very good. 6-3, gonna rip 2 checkers. And there could still be some gammons in play here. Usually you don't think about that with the ace point, but I mean, trailing 70, 80 pips, yeah, for sure that could happen. So looks like either way the 3 comes in. Okay, yeah, 8-5. I'm not sure if moving the goalkeeper was a big error, but it seemed to be a mistake. And he doesn't want to waste his pips elsewhere, so comes out with 1. I'm not really sure why we should give that up and risk some numbers, like a 1-3 or something like that. We weren't wasting pips yet, so seems reasonable though. Still kind of rule in tourneys that at least one dice should have contact to the board or a checker if you roll with cups. I think the alternative would be that the dice was thrown outside of the board, and that's an illegal roll for sure. You're probably talking about it bouncing around, like hitting something other than just the board and stopping. I don't know. Maybe it's a rule. I don't know. Who cares if it is? I don't. It's hard to imagine someone stopping a match for that. But there are people that are worried about like dice mechanics or something like that, right? So things like that come up in tournaments every now and then. Just not the kind of player to worry. Maybe I'd prefer that my opponent thinks they can choose their role or something and thinks about that instead of backgammon. Oh, Simon's clock is running. They should pause that. Fix it. That's unfortunate. Neither of them noticed, I guess. Not too much time. He plays pretty fast. I don't think he's a time pressure kind of player. That happens if you don't forget to remember to pause the clock after the end of the game. But okay, this fun 4-way score for Simon. It's a tricky one to find cubes at, even though you're leading. You need to be kind of aggressive in gammonish positions, which isn't always intuitive. 5-2. Do we have, coming out to the bar seems pretty rich here. So the 5 seems like down, and then 2 up to the 21 is kind of big, a little disrespectful, a little bit duplication of the 4s though. So I think that's the better one. It always, this 23-22 split just never seems like the structure you want. Feels a little safer here, but I think you can afford to just come up to the 21, play for the better anchor. That'd be my play anyway. I don't know. I guess leading the race, you could think about running too, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to work enough. I didn't see if you got the right one there or not. And 3-2. 3-2 is going to attack now because we came up and provoked. And yeah, down to cover, it seems great. Marc can afford to play pretty aggressively there. 401 enters and hits 2 of them. Okay. This is this kind of scenario where, okay, never mind. Double 3 is going to fix everything. What do we do? Do we want to make a point or do we want to hit loose? Looks like our options. Yeah, doing something structural seems reasonable with 3 checkers back, but I guess hitting loose might slow him down and making the slotted 5 points. So maybe this is what we need to do. I'd probably convince myself that was why I needed to as well. Some 6-1 and 6-3 kind of rolls, 6-2. That might cover otherwise. And yeah, it's correct. Good play, good play. And now leading, we get a fan out of that. Oof, that's brutal. Now shooting at that third checker, better board. Still down in the race a little bit, but trailing in the match, there's a lot of volatility here. So where this is like fairly clear money take, you might need to be careful. You don't want to lose the match lead in a gammon so easily. He's going to take it though. And man, that is razor thin on the take pass decision. Plus could change it a little bit potentially. And tough to fault someone for wanting to play that. This is a tricky decision. You can just make the point or you hit another checker. I guess look at this, just covering is much better. So unfortunately a mistake for Marc. Didn't spend a lot of time on it for some reason either, but okay. Simon saves, comes in and hits. It's a very strong roll. 5 and 6 out. And now Marc's cube feels a little weak, I'm sure. This seems like it's got a ton of play in it, and you're sad that you don't have access to the cube. I think the anchor is the more important asset here. So you could come out to the bar with it or unstacking to the 2. I do that a little bit too much, but it almost looks reasonable here with 5 on that point. But yeah, coming out to the bar seems fairly safe and good idea. I think I want to make the 3 point, continue to consolidate our board advantage, but we're very stripped in the outfield after that, so maybe not. Of course, the first play you look at is 16-6, and then what else do I want to do with that? And we're going to be stripped after that play too. This is a reasonable idea to come out to the, guess I need to look for that more. When you play 16-6, maybe 20-15 is what you want to do along with it. I'm not sure about all the way and leaving the blots back, but could be. I mean, it's a great blocking point for that particular anchor. Okay, what are we, 2-4? Yeah, makes sense to just come around now. And this is a deceptively close race. If they're not paying close attention to that and keeping track of the pip count, they might not realize how tight that is. And it's going to affect checker play quite a bit. 3-1 makes the 5 point. Great. Oh, Simon's getting his offense going again. Marc just wants to escape. Maybe that's what you try to do with the 3-5. Why not? Just run, get away with it. Your game gets a lot simpler. 6-2, we're missed, so he's going to improve his board. Simon's making him worry about leaving a shot now. 3 and 2, which one do you want to? I mean, from the back is very natural, but you can bring a checker in by playing the other one. So I'm not clear on this. And neither is XG, it would seem. Oh yeah, actually playing the 11 is fairly safe too, since it's only indirects. He's got a better board. Maybe he'll do this because he realizes the race is close and it would be very helpful to make the 7 or 9 to help block. It's a good building play and the other ones are good racing plays. Yeah, he finds the best one in a very technical decision kind of place. Yeah, I like both off the 8 there. They're going to build the best. 4-2. Wow, this seems awkward. Yeah, I don't think we're ahead in the race enough to want to break that point. I think we just have to play to the deuce like this. 6-3 is gonna come down and temporarily make a 5 prime, and then we'll find probably break from the back with the 3. Or not. 8-2, 7-4. What does this play? Okay, find something like that. Who knows what people's logic is in that kind of spot. I don't know. Seem like such simple positions that we should all just agree on, but when you see XG has like 6 equivalent plays, I don't know. I think people come up with their own reasoning. And yeah, 2 blots in board allows you to play the 11 and maybe build a little bit. So he finds that. Again, in a relatively close race, you want to keep on your priming potential here. 4s can't run, even though he just got ahead in the race. So I think it's going to give up midpoint contact probably. No, it doesn't have to. You can just play them all from the outfield here. Yeah. Yep. I think this has got to be it. Hang on to the midpoint for one more roll. Even though we're like certain to give it up next roll and our opponent's never going to just volunteer there for some reason. Three, 1. Yeah, this is great for distribution. I like this. So just clean up the blot. Don't risk against the 5-point board anymore. Play with 5. Looks strong. 6-3. Yep. Now we got to give it up. So we got a huge board advantage. So he wants to think about keeping single checker pressure on the midpoint. And I like that idea. I wonder how it looked. Seems very reasonable. Where they're having a chat about strategy now? What is this? Are we allowed to give advice over the board? I wish I could hear him. That's crazy. Feels like in a match in this like this, you just kind of want to shut up about options or something, but yeah. Six to 3, 5. Oh yeah, you can make a better point. It looks natural to cover and find your best 2. Might make it hard for him to find this play. Yeah. Easy oversight to make, especially at the end of the day. To the ace is strong. 6-3 finally makes the bar. It's been so patient about that. Has to leave a fly shot. It'd be hilarious to see that hit immediately. I think we can bring them both in. Let's not save a 6. I think that's a close enough race that we don't want to think about that and start busting up our board. If we run, we run. We're not going to lose a gammon. All our pips are home pretty much. And Simon is getting his bearings about what he should be doing there. Yeah, I don't think there's real cube action. Clearly still losing being behind that prime, even though he's ahead in the race. So now Marc needs to figure out how to, I think holding the prime the longest is the priority. So this 8 to 3's, yeah, 6 to 2 makes a lot of sense to me. Really hate to put that checker on the deuce, but I think you got to do it here. And successfully waited long enough to crack Simon's board. So he might leave the checker on the 6 point if he wants to save a 5 and not have to run, but I think he kind of wants to run. So I would go for the racing distribution and play it up to the 4 instead and hope we roll a 5 and get to run. 3 to ace is just a lot worse for distribution. 3-2, I think we're getting to the inflection point where something has to go instead of slotting the ace. Just have no attacking potential. So XG favors, okay, actually going to the ace is fine. And the 8 is the right one to, yeah. And so we keep the 10 point to block the big numbers, I guess. That's interesting. Don't let him play double 6 or other good racing numbers. I would have been maybe inclined to just come off the back. This also brings 2 checkers closer to home to bearing off. Thomas Hansen has advice about maximum pleasure experience. What's the thumbs down for? 5-3 is going to leave now. Okay, he does select that 3-2 play. And yeah, 6s are still a problem here. I don't know if you can actually attack them. Okay, 5s is just a simple racing play. Much more what Marc would like to do is, actually, no, I guess he's hoping to attack at the score. What am I talking about? This is fine though. I mean, this is just Winnie. This feels like overthinking it a little bit. You're going to have some really gnarly 6s from here potentially, and your opponent probably still has the better board, despite having cracked. So yeah, I think you just play 7-2 and race. Not a giant error, but I think you're too impure to really capitalize on this like contact and attacking potential that you're maintaining. So I think just play for the race. And looks like he's settling on that. Having a hard time choosing though. Oh, nice. And 6-2, we just want to preemptively run and play the race. I guess you're worried that all you're doing is, Marc's made the racing play and not the contact play. So it kind of feels like you shouldn't worry as much and maybe keep the contact there, but also reasonable to just make sure you don't lose any racing equity. And they're chatting about strat again some more. That's cool. Good spirit of competition. Good to see. Double 5s is going to ruin Simon's racing chances. Real bummer. Double 2s. Okay, he's still going to save the gammon. Who knew that a racing gammon was on the line? Oh, he's going to do something clever trying to save gammon save decisions. I think he can actually win, technically. So that must be a mistake. I guess taking a checker off doesn't get you a roll closer necessarily. It would have. He's thinking clever for sure. Yeah, he had to do it there now. But yeah, people kind of get themselves into some PR traps. Feels like it would be a little bit of a loss of equity to not peel a checker there. Yes, thank you, Matthew. Not enough likes. There ought to be more. Dislike for coaching. What does that mean? They're coaching each other? I don't know. I can't hear what they're saying. Maybe you can or can tell or something. Marc is clearly using Galaxy dice. That means rigged, I presume. Yeah, actually, these are the dice that he rolls at home to generate the numbers on Backgammon Galaxy. Little known fact. He's a busy guy. It's a lot of matches to roll for. They've been very lucky for him, so I guess you got to stick with it. This is a very confusing 6-3 after 6-2 run, and your 5-1 split. Second roll, what would I do? Just like split anyway or run out or something? Oh, so confusing. This seems very reasonable. What else can you do? 3-1 just makes a natural point. Yeah. I agree, Thomas, that deception is really key when you're using rigged dice. So you do have to give back some games, come back from behind. Sometimes the best roll is hard to know what the best thing to do with it is, which probably explains his 3.5 PR and not a 0. And what do we do now? Double sixes has a huge racing lead. He's trailing in the match. He's down a point. No, Simon still has a better board points. Maybe this is, I don't know. This is tough. It's tough to take in when you're just way down in the race against a single checker back. So Simon's trying to figure out contact, putting a 6 checker on the 13 when you need contact seems like the wrong idea. So maybe just 13 to 8 can be fine. What do you have to lose? It's your opponent just wants to clean up the blot on the 18 most of the time. So I'm not sure he's really dying to break the mid to hit you and make, 2 or 3 blots, something like that. Oh, thank you, Rory. And Hossein. Yeah, this, I think I can see why he might. Okay. And he does it. And now Marc rolls on. And does he? Yes, he rolls the decision 4. I love it. And I think the structure is probably just better. Tricky. I guess there's going to be returns like, why do you want to, you don't need a second checker back necessarily. You might just anchor with it and you don't need to gain in the race. So the structure just seems like it gets you closer to winning this game. I like this play. And really speaks to the value of this play that Simon found. It's so natural to just play 16 to 13 and look for a deuce, but instead he thought about it and found a much better play. I think, I don't know. I didn't see what the analysis was on it. He's still playing at 1.5, so probably. 5-4 is a great shot. It's going to hit the blot, keep him very much alive. 4-4. Oh, what do we do with this? I guess 8-4 must be one of them, just for safety's sake. And then do we rather have the 9 or the deuce? Oof, I think we need the link. I don't think we can afford to let him prime back there. So I'm inclined to play 6 to deuce. I really don't know. This is tricky. I mean, 7-3 is a play too, but why do we want to let him hop out on 6s? Actually, we want to let him hop out on 6s because he's not winning the race. So if you want to try to race, great. Yeah, I don't think he's going to touch the back checker on this. Oh, there he is reaching for it way down in the race and thinking about leaving a shot. How do you not cover and probably even hit here? Is my thought. It's going to take a tempo away. I really don't like this play. I could be wrong about it. I don't know. Let's see did we get it set? What it comes up with. Yeah, it's a sizable error if he chooses it. He hasn't chosen it yet. Okay, he's still counting. Good. So good, evaluate. He probably just needs to know what the pip count is. And if that's what he's doing and comes up with down 20, I think he's going to be able to rule this out pretty quickly. He needs to make the bar point and probably loose. And no, he makes his first kind of sizable mistake of the match. And now Marc has actually an interesting cube decision too. Okay, with all the threats in the race, he just instantly loses market on a 3 a lot of times. And really, if he just rolls a 6-5 to escape 6-4, those are huge market losers too. So all of his, 5s and 6s too. I'd probably be tempted into a cube here. I'm not sure Not sure I could avoid doubling. You're trailing in the match too, so you're not too worried about getting set back. And yeah, we saw 13-7, 8-4 was the correct play for Simon. It looks scary to be behind that prime, but you got to think about how you're going to beat your opponent too here. So tough mistake. Playing super clean otherwise, though. Yeah, I think we're okay. Finds the cube and the take is fairly clear even at the score. 6-3. Oh, interesting. It's hard to hit with the 6-3 because where's your 6? You're still going to do it. Yeah, if you get hit on the deuce, that checker is still primed. Seems quite reasonable. Yeah, of course we got to take a checker though. And this could turn into a gammon a lot of the time. So ace-4. Oh, we can't hit. That's a bummer. We don't want to move the others. Now it actually, I see the merit in stepping up and not getting trapped back there. Not sure why we don't throw behind. Maybe I guess we keep pressure on the blot. So it's harder to safety and we get shots. Yeah, this 4-3 is neat too, since it's going to leave 2s and 1s to hit now. Of course, we're still going to try. Interesting idea, keeping pressure back on the ace. The 5-6, not the hit that I was thinking of, but it also hits. Great shot, 1-6. Oh, maybe we have to cover. Yeah, and keep pressure on the blot again. It's an interesting theme I've seen in some of these matches that it's I probably disconnect from pressuring slots more often than I need to, or blots in the outfield. When you're ahead in the race, it makes a lot more sense. So this could be right. That's probably why he's looking at it. And maybe giving up the 8 isn't so good, but I kind of liked covering there. Looks good. Yeah, for sure we're going to try this hit. Might be thinking about hitting on the bar instead. I mean, there's returns, of course, but we can just do this and play 13-8, and we still have the better board. I like this play. Wow, what did Marc miss? Maybe covering the deuce was that big of a mistake? Surprised to see him jump up there. I wonder what the size of it would have been. The 5. We're going to try to convert this into a blitz and make 4 blots. This seems a little rich. Could be right, though. I would have just been coming out and keeping my bar point structure. Ooh, yeah. Well, let's hit 2 checkers. Very nice shot for Sarman. And man, a lot of the threat of this position is gammons. So I'm not sure we can recube this. Does it just win enough to claim? 25% is the take point then. And you must, yeah, I mean, wow, look at that. You could claim this if you wanted, but I would have a real hard time sending this recube because you cancel your gammons and you just play it for wins, which there might be plenty of game left in this position. And I know there's a ton of gammons that I can just hold the cube and try to win the match that way. What else do we have going on here? It'll take some time to think about it. These are such difficult decisions. I mean, I can calculate when I'm studying and figure out why the answer is the answer, but over the board, you're making the best guess you know how to, I think. Some people try to calculate it, but we got CMC in the chat. Hello there. XG analysis for the move, a feature of XG is that sometimes you have to switch back and forth to enter moves and things like that. So we're trying to keep good information up there, but also trying to keep up and make sure we don't make transcription errors. So it's a tricky thing to balance. Oh, yeah, if we're playing on too good, we sure do want to blitz. Maybe the 6 is first. Maybe the 6 is first. And yeah, after that, then you just don't want the anchor anyway. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Like that play. Seems like it was clean. Hits back with a 4-1, stays in the game a little bit longer. And now, oh, wow. Yeah, that's fun. Simon wants, so the thing about this is that if you've gotten not too good, then I think you also just don't have a cube because then Marc just has a take on wins now. So I don't see how we're ever getting to a real cube decision in this game. I really think it's better to just try to win the gammon. I don't know if XG, I don't think it'll call it too good again anymore. I think it'll just call it a no double, but we'll see. But yeah, it could be the last game of the match, so fine to spend some clock time and make your best decision on this one. Oh, Rory thinks it's a cube now. I don't. You're killing it. Like the main value of this position is your gammons, I think. I'd be really surprised. Yeah. Giant no redouble. Only 65% winning chances, but still massive gammons when it works out. So time to play this. And Marc rolls a super joker. Right back in it, hits. So now we got nothing to think about with cube action. And oh, this is kind of nice to be able to link up with the eights. I think that's more important than the bar. The 23 functions pretty well. It's not like he's priming you, he's trying to attack. So you're happy to sit on that anchor, but you really don't want Marc activating those back checkers and sending another back. Oh, we can make it mid. Yeah, I love this. It doesn't hit instead or anything? No. Okay. Yep. Now we have outfield presence and control. So in 2 rolls, Marc has really turned this game around. This is great for him. I think, do we want to keep the anchor here? This is scary. You can still be blitzed. Seems reasonable, but I don't know. Maybe we could have 4-2 is going to point on him. Okay. 5-2 is just going to safety up. And yeah, that's the other thing about this is that we're losing the race by quite a bit. So keeping that contact back in the 23 is kind of nice. Not sure what the analysis was on that one, but I don't know. It's not clear to me that you want to get both those checkers moving. Maybe we could have just moved to the mid from the 24. 6-1, I would probably want to, oh, okay, the other side. Oof. Yeah, we're trailing in the race, so something big like 18 to 11 seems, oh yeah, you can make a point here. Wow, that's so hard to see when things wrap around the bend and you're not used to midpoints being vacated. This must be great though. 6 deuce, we got to release something. Marc decides it's his anchor against only 8 in the zone. Seems quite reasonable. He's going to try to disconnect and race. Oh yeah, Rory, if you thought it was a centered cube, that'd make a lot of sense to send it. It's probably, that might be a pass even. That's a tough one. But now that it's already sent, as Christian points out, takes a lot of that value away. So after getting hit, he's going to come in and come around. And Simon feels like he's ahead in the game again and wants to think about it. I don't think this is enough either. He wisely waits, I believe. Oof, you have no 3. How did this happen? So if you have to leave a shot no matter what, maybe you just improve your board. Why is slotting better? I don't know. Guess he can escape on 6s. That's a bummer. Sure. Let's see, 4-3, hops right out to the bar again. It's a pretty nice safe roll. It's interesting to have the bar point here and no like 608 contact with it. It's not that great of an anchor. It's kind of in the way of the 8 and the 9, but it's not doing a lot. You have weak contact with the 16 from the 18 and the 13. It's going to be hard to choose what to focus on here. Yeah, and the aces now has weakened it even further. 6-1. Are we going to remake the 12 here? It's funny. I'm not missing it twice. I see it this time. What else is there to do? Again, it's just not that strong of a blocking point, but and he just brings a checker into the zone to attack too. Oh no, he hasn't done that. I mean, it's reasonable too. I mean, that's your real game plan. You need to mess that checker up right there. but maybe you prevent some running rolls. I don't know. I guess is 4-5 or 6-3 going to be happy to land on the 12 anyway? Maybe not. But I guess maybe happier than playing those numbers from anywhere else. So yeah, maybe that does have value. If he comes out and just sits still, get some double shots out of this, seems like a valuable thing. Sometimes in backgammon, you just make stuff. It's just best to make a thing, even if you're not sure why you want it. Sometimes it's better than just not making a thing. Yeah, TMP is a good point. I think I like it too. Too many points. So could be problematic, but what are you gonna do? 6-5. This is a huge roll for Marc. He's gonna put up a lot of pressure on Simon to roll a 4 here to stay in the game. Otherwise, should be kind of an easy ride home. 5-1. Sure, we can start making points. What do we have? 4-2. Cleans up the plot. Everybody's happy. Marc's happy. 5-3. I think we just keep continuing home. Probably slot the deuce and make the 3. Guess you could give up one of these silly outfield points too if you wanted now by making the bar. But I don't want to release pressure yet. Look how stripped Marc is in the outfield. He could have some tough rolls coming up. 6-1 is fine. 6-2 is fine, I guess. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, maybe the attractive alternative play, Thomas, is just bringing another checker into the zone. I was kind of thinking, but 5-1. Yeah, this could be it. It might also be nice to just give up the 9 and generate some flexibility, a good spare 6, but this is a fine racing play. Preserve everything outside and hope you roll a 6-5 and can get home to safety because of this. Interesting. Wonder if you could afford to leave a shot instead. You don't really like giving up the 6. The racing side likes doing that better. 6-3 just must be the 9 now. I guess, well, wow, yeah, pay now, pay later decision, huh? Okay. 3-1 and 4s. It's probably as clean as it's going to be. If he gets away with it, he should be fine. I don't think he did. Now, do we lift the 6? Yeah. That's a tough decision. If you want to win this game eventually, you kind of need to make that. So I'm not sure. But I guess you'd rather attack it later. Yeah, we've got a lot of checkers to bring around. I think that's right. 1-5. Yeah, I was just going to come out and try to escape. And 3-2. Ouch. Inopportune time to whiff. I think staying back a little further on the 16 is probably better. So let's clean up the 14-12. Guess you can afford to leave it there if you want to slide 4 to ace for some reason, since you get a return on the ace. But I think you'd prefer not to be hit there. I think you'd rather have the ace where you're not on the bar. 5-2. This is gonna, cover the ace, sure. Make a 5-point board backwards. Double 2s. I think this is good enough to hit now. We get there. And lifting seems like a nice little tactical thing here again. I feel like we have a tough decision if it happens again, though, because we're good. Both those checkers are still active. Yeah, Simon needs to count to make sure that nothing crazy is going on with the race, that he's not about to lose his market. I don't think he is. He's still outboarded. Still has that open 6. It's going to be tough. I think he's got to get away with a couple rolls first. 6-4. What does this do? Do we want to make the 8 or the 9 for some reason? I don't know if they help us make those other points enough. Yeah, the 9's better by quite a bit because it's a little further back. That makes some sense. Or 4. And now I still feel like, look at this. This is a recube. Okay. I mean, I don't know how the hell you evaluate this. This goofy 4-point board, he could dance. You lose your market in the race a lot of times there. Of course, your opponent's going to have a very hard time escaping his checker if he does come in. So quite reasonable to think about it, but oof, I just don't know. My quality is proportional to the bushiness of my beard. Is it very bushy? I don't really know. People's choice, cool. Thanks, guys. My beard is growing backwards. I don't know what that means. Oh, I shaved it? Huh. Wow, okay, there's a lot of beard talk. I didn't even notice this. Sorry, this game was really exciting. You guys were looking at my beard. But here comes the 4 cube. He finds it. I'm not sure if I could have done this. And Marc's got not an easy decision either. I mean, I kind of, your take point's a little bit higher at the true 25% since you can just pass and be at that match equity. He's got Simon in a little bit of time trouble too. So if he wants to think like that, that's a good decision point. But I feel like I must have better racing equity and even contact equity than that. So I'm not certain it's a cube. So I feel like I have to take is kind of the situation. But also Simon put a lot of time into this. So I feel like Marc should have tried to make a decision before this. I think people like to not give off tells or something. I don't know, and not think too hard of it. Yeah, he finds a pass. I think this is fine. I think there's plenty of arguments you can make for it. Of course, it's a mistake technically. Looks like I'm plus. Easy recube, hard take to pass decision. Fair enough. Oh, someone's asking what lose your market means. That means that if the next sequence of rolls, your opponent could no longer take the cube, that's losing your market. They would have to pass. So you want to cube at the last point that your opponent can take ideally. And really a perfect cube is when they have a break-even decision. It doesn't matter if they take or pass. Also, yeah, the trailing score you need to hit here and play for some gammons, small error there. It's almost like break even for money, but when you're trying to win gammons and do aggressive things, you want to go for the hit instead. And then the 6-4, you're supposed to hit for sure. 5-2. Actually, 6-3 was probably a run then. That's interesting. Not sure why you split, but okay. So 3-2. Yeah, we're not really incented at this score to hit 2. We don't want to stack up though. What's our other play? I think we just have to hit 2. I'm not making stacks of 5. Yes, losing your market is going to a market that is no longer there, but losing your market, as I was saying, is when you lose your chance to have your opponent take the cube. Oh, look at this clever play. I'm just hitting 2, but I like this idea of making 2 points. That's right. You have the bar points. So you can give up the mid. I always miss that opportunity. That would have been a cool heads up play, but okay, 4 or 5 runs keeps it simple. That's fine. What do we got? Oh, he hasn't settled on that play. Yeah, I feel like we can just, I don't think we want to generate contact like this. I think the race is close enough. I think your opponent's all stacked and kind of happy to hit. You had more of a board advantage maybe, but yeah, if we're gonna not run all the way, then playing just entirely like this 13-9, 8-3 on the other side makes sense to me too. Double threes is quite a shot. That's interesting. He kind of saw that he probably shouldn't be playing the racing game plan though. Good intuition from Marc. This is the play, but he had the right idea. Double fours is going to cover, and then I guess just make a point. Sure, why not? Now the race is looking good again for Marc. Simon has a 6-4, making the bar point. Again, we can afford to, release the mid here. So it seems like a strong play. Yeah, I don't think you can play candles. I don't like that either. That was too bad on that play. And here we are. Simon thinking about the cube after getting away with that. advances his 5 prime. This is looking like a very strong position. Again, it's still like a regular-ish take point. Of course, Marc can reship to 4 if he gets the cube, but he's got to be able to win it enough to justify not trying to play out from the Crawford game, where he has 16% match equity still hasn't given up the match entirely. This is, how does he win more than 16% here? I mean, the next 6 could be worse for, okay, it's too good even. I mean, this is a fine place to cash. I wonder if he was thinking that way, but yeah, fine to play on because it's technically too good. And I wonder if he's going to feel like anything's changed. Still has the better 6s. I mean, really, it does kind of feel, that's interesting. Now it's a double pass, but I'm feeling like I can see the too goodness of it now. Worst case, we just attack. It's hard to send a cube at 2 away. And he finds it. Wow. Great find. And stuck down to 33 seconds on the clock too here, playing from the Crawford game. So he's got to hope he wins one quick. Doesn't get into too much time trouble. Taking a quick stretch break there too. Yeah, it's been an intense 2 days of backgammon. I expect that they are feeling it now. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. It kind of looked like Ryan hadn't even thought about that 3-1 that last gammon. I think he did on the play before, I'm not sure. But it was just, his reaction was kind of funny. Yeah, both players playing pretty well. And of course, not Marc's greatest game here, but getting presented with some tough decisions as well. Oh, nice. Simon is used to playing speed gammon. That's a good skill to have. Then you can spend the thinking time when you need it and just know that you've got your speed gammon game to back you up. 6-2 looks like we got to get a back checker moving, don't we? 2 down. What a play this is. Oh, we're down that much in the race. That makes sense. Okay. I see. We just got to do crazy DMP slotting things. Yeah, I mean, 24 to 18 is reasonable. This is such a strong split too. I mean, this is the first thing I saw, but you can kind of afford the double coverage of coming out to the bar when you have the 24 and 23 split. And then the 2 goes to a nice place. He's going to find a good slotting play. All of them are close. Lots of options on the table. Double 6s. This is going to be a nice shot. It's better to make the pure point or to put a checker in the air. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, again, very close. Man, this structure just looks so weird. It's very hard to do. Looks very school bussy, but yeah. And of course he gets presented with that with minimal time, spent about a third of what he's got left. Getting nervous. What do we do with this? Does it make sense to hit on the ace to prevent the 5 prime from being made, or I just don't know. 4-2 is such a whiff. I think we know that it's not what we wanted to roll. Doesn't feel like you can afford to split, of course. So yeah, XG's looking at plays to try to cover, and at DMP, who cares if you lose a gammon or a backgammon, really. If you lose the match. Yeah, this is kind of my idea, but it wants you to just play 2 down and go all in and then get all your checkers sent back. If it doesn't work, who cares? Play pure. 4-6, but XG would have missed the benefit of the dance there. 4-1. Are we obligated to cover the ace now? Or should we look at this, play from the back checkers? I was thinking about the alternative being to make the bar with so many back, and this is what Marc finds as well. But it wants you to play. Yeah, I guess it's an opportune time to step up and make sure you end up with an anchor. 2-6. Wow, that's not a great roll. 4-3. Ooh, this is a miracle. Let's just anchor up at the edge and save our game entirely. 3-3 can't be bad. Yeah, see those. Okay. And yeah, Simon's getting into, understands where he's at and in speed gammon mode. Let's play, make a play. Who cares about how good it is? Okay, Marc's going to enter on the 5. Why not just come around and hit? There we go, finds it. He's under a minute now too. Wow, if they get into some later games, this could get wild. And Marc just has improved his position quite a bit. I think he should cover the ace, and I guess the 6 comes down. Yeah. Oh, to double falcon. Okay, that's neat. Really close in there. Oh, and gets another fortuitous fan. Simon isn't too worried about losing a gammon here either, as it were. I think you can lift 5-4. I don't think you need that to win this game. Maybe you're down in the race and it's hard to cover. So fine. 5-1, okay. 2-1 hits twice. Yeah, got the ace made. You're blitzing. Oh, he's got a. Marc's playing like he has as much time pressure as Simon. That's really interesting. I think sometimes people like to try to speed up their game to feel like they're putting more pressure on their opponent playing speed. But if we're right about Simon knowing how to play speed, oh, actually, this has got to be wrong. Don't you have to link up first and then hit loose on the 3? Yeah, I think he plays that fast and misses that you can cover the 5. 4-6 is a fan. Oh, he might have seen it there. He kind of leaned back like he realizes he missed something. 2-2 is going to be a great shot. Oh, look at that. So perfect. Just has to escape the prime and win a gammon. Yeah, we actually decided to speed up the video and play it at 2 times because we're getting late in the day. Everyone's ready to go eat dinner. More exciting that way too, right? 4-2, great shot. Getting up to the edge is so important here. And so now most of Marc's problems are solved. He'd like to keep Simon from creating a deuce point game that could generate a lot of wins. It's not like the gammon's so important, but I think the 4 must be worth it to hit. I think you got to do it, Marc. Maybe 6 around for the cover would have been nice, but he's going to pass it up. I think could be right for the DMP play. A lot of people overestimate how safe you should play there because I don't know, the deuce point can still win the game, you know? I mean, he has no chances if you close him out, and he has some chances here. So, 5, okay. I think both of those are fine. Actually, I guess he left double 6s, and now he gets hit. Chose the wrong one, okay. And this was like a near hopeless game that Marc's kind of gotten a lucky shot with. I think we hit loose. I don't think we switch. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, do it. And then just 6-4. Okay. Yeah. Feels right. That's how you got to play speed gammon, right? Just by feel. Be confident in how it feels. Wow, okay. Perfectly wastes all of his timing. He needs to roll a 3x to escape without breaking. That was it. That's not, oh, I thought it was cocked against the side, but it was legit 3-5. What a perfect roll. Wow. Saved at the buzzer. And okay, we could play some more speed gammon after this, it looks like. I guess he's got awkwardness and leaves a lot of shots here. If he rolls not 1s and 2s, Simon still has to hit it and clean up afterwards. He'll be okay with double 6s taking 4 off and leaving a shot that way. One of the better ways to leave a shot. Oh, look at this. So stressed out that we can't get the checkers in the tray. All right, and this is going to be very difficult for Marc to leave a shot now. Should just be playing on to the next post-Crawford game. Thomas admitting that he shouldn't be coaching time management. Okay. Yeah, they do still have 12 seconds, you're right. I mean, you can try to use that effectively, but I find I don't know, I'd just kind of rather make sure I make a play, you know? Thanks, Jasper. Yep, Marc does have the coffee out there. That must be working for him. I need to raise the pitch of my voice on to match the speed of play. Yeah, that'd be perfect deception. Maybe we can do that in post. Maybe Wilson can help me with that. Okay, we're gonna do the auto cube and not worry about the trick. Fine. 5-4, just a fast hit. Yeah, it's funny. It's Marc's playing like he doesn't have 40 seconds of bank. He must not be as comfortable with speed. Clearly Simon is. You can see it with how fast he moves those checkers. And oh, we're gonna start giving Tua problems, huh? This is a transcriber's nightmare, by the way, trying to keep up with this bullshit. And yeah, I think Tua is fine on there, but he's not like pro timer or anything, or transcriber or anything like that. Okay, yeah, make the bar point seems good. Even though we have to leave that double shot, unfortunate. 6-1. Makes the bar, very nice. Oh, what do we do with this? Guess just 6 down, and yeah, making the ace is better than hitting loose. Okay, I might have gotten tricked into the 13-7. 2-4 is gonna hit an anchor, very nice. And Simon out to a really good start in this game with Marc having his made ace and 2 checkers left back still, or 2 checkers on the ace plus that third now. 6-5, is this the time to go? I don't think so. Just makes a natural play instead. That's very logical. 3s, oh, great shot. Really needs to be at the edge of that prime and prevent that offense. Do you make the 5 or do you make a blocking point? I probably make the 5 because I don't expect the blocking point to last, but yeah, they're both very good according to XG. This makes a lot of sense. You don't want them to run with 6s. 5-2. Yeah, I think we're just gonna play for some distribution. Why not? You could run, I guess. Interesting thought. It's gonna be tough to find plays like that with this little time bank. 6 down, and then what do we do with our deuce? I guess, do we really need to keep that back there to control the outfield? Probably not, so just plays behind. Wow, and look at this, having to play lightning fast and maintaining a low 2. This is really great stuff from Simon. Cleans up the point, should have pointed behind 7-3, 6-3. That's an interesting one. Instantly sees where the 6s go. Knows how to not lose on clock on that one. I hope 2A is keeping up. It's getting tough. 3-1, 2 checkers in, I think. You get a big racing lead, just bring 2 in. Yeah, there we go. I like it. The bus outside is fun. All right, start 2 points. Makes sense for Marc there. 6-3, yeah, again, just 2 checkers in. We're starting to laugh at each other how fast they're playing. Marc notices it. Yeah, keep trying to adjust it. We can see the pip count well enough. It's ahead a billion, 27. You guys see that? Yeah. Ooh, and can't escape. Marc would really like to get a checker moving. That's a problem for his position. But Simon should be able to convert this to a race most of the time. The Benny Hill bear off, that sounds like a good idea. I think we got to go back to that. Double 3s. Oh, he finds one of his most awkward rolls. He still should be favored to clear safely, I think. I don't know, but always hard to answer questions like that. 6-4 is going to be fine though. Yeah. Now he just has to hop that double gap with his 6 point. Marc needs to preserve his board while he waits for it. That could be difficult. 6-6. Okay, that's going to be it. I think, you know. Now I really think. Wonder if he can get enough decisions to get it under 2 here. Probably not. But man, what a well-played game. Great stuff. Two one, so he's got 3 rolls. Is that possible? Probably resignable. And he gives it up. He says, "Uncle." Great match. So much fun when they have time pressure like that. That's exciting stuff. That was a really good one. That was, wow, almost no cube issues at all, even though they had some kind of difficult, well, not kind of difficult, very difficult cube spots. Made some checker mistakes in there. It looked a little rusty. I think they're plays that some of them can find, either of them can find in other contexts, but still, man, just like really sharp play. Everyone's bringing their A+ game, it feels like, this weekend. I'm really surprised by this stuff. Thanks, everybody, for the compliments. Thanks for watching. That's our last stream match of the day. The only updates I have on that, I mean, we'll see when we get back live with the updates with the results from today. Maybe they ironed out their process for that and I'll get it a little quicker tomorrow morning. We'll see. But we'll be starting play again early at 11 Marbella time, I believe. That should be the start. Again, I mentioned Marc and Tony have a strange like buy situation the way we ran the tournament, so they've got to get a bonus match in sometime. The plan is to play that tomorrow night, I think. It's probably going to be a relaxed stream. I don't know if I'll do commentary for it or anything like that, but watch out for that. Could be tonight. I doubt it since Marc is exhausted. Could be tomorrow morning, most likely end of the day tomorrow. But yeah, we get to see the finals. Schedule everyone playing tomorrow is coming up, or is up already on the page too. I linked that in the chat. Watch out for all that, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for watching this video. Did you smash that like button? Remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell to not miss out on future videos. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and my personal Instagram, Marc Olsen 10, and see you in the next video.